What's the relationship going to be like with Bellamy and Clarke now that they're kind of leaders again? But they've had last season there were some challenges. So how are they going to kind of work through that?
Well, they still have to kind of resolve what went down last season. With Maddie, putting the chip into Maddie and being left in the fighting pits and being on opposite sides of warring factions. So that's something that definitely is touched upon, and they have to figure out a way to be able to get through that. But it's really taking in that mantra from Monty, like do better and be the good guys that they're both trying to adopt and work upon. So it's a work in progress, as it is most seasons, and the challenge of trying to do the right thing and even trying to define what the right thing is, and the good guy terminology is like in a new planet where everything's different, basically.
As a follow-up, and in the beginning of the season, how did they decide who to wake up and why to wake those people up?
I think it comes down to, the exciting thing about this season is there's a whole kind of new adventure squad and a whole new group of people. Bellamy obviously has ties to space crew, but exploring a new planet, he's not too familiar with. So there's a bit of deliberation about who to take, and I don't want to kind of spoil that just yet. But yeah, I don't want to spoil that at all. In fact,
can you tease anything about Bellamy's relationship with Jordan, because that relationship kind of sprung onto him a bit?
Yeah, no, it's kind of funny at the end of the season, and he kind of becomes this surrogate parent, him and Clarke, with Jordan. Jordan's such an interesting character because he's spent his whole life on a spaceship with just his mum and dad. So I know if I spent, what is he, like 24 or something, 25 years with just my parents, I'd probably be a little bit insane. So take from that what you will. But I mean, Shannon's a great addition to the cast, and he's a lot of fun. And Jordan is a very quirky kind of character that I don't think we've necessarily seen that much on our show. So I think Bellamy's a little taken back by it, not really sure how to deal with that situation. But it's an exciting addition, that's for sure.
Are there any parallels between his relationship with Jordan and Bellamy's relationship with Octavia, who was in kind of a similar situation where she grew up,
I guess there's those parallels. I mean, we all grew up on a spaceship, so now I'm thinking about it. So I guess it's not too far removed from what they were used to. But in terms of the parallels, Jordan and Bellamy haven't gone through those trials and tribulations that Bellamy and Octavia have. So there's not all that baggage there that has to be unpacked. So. Maybe there are some similarities, but there's definitely they're jumping off at two different points basically at the start of the season.
We have this new leader, Russell.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Bellamy and Clarke have had trouble with.
Sorry, have you guys had this soup? It's delicious. This is very chunky. All right.
Bellamy and Clarke have had trouble with leaders in the past. Will that be the same
trouble
case
with no, that's
with this guy, or what's their dynamic with him going to look like?
That once again, I don't want to give away too much, but I can talk about J.R. Bourne and how great he is on the show. Another great addition. Good fun guy to work with, very professional and all that jazz. But to kind of unpack his character, it involves getting very much involved. Talking about the world that we're in. So it's not something that I'm at liberty to talk about just right now.
Bellamy and Maddie kind of developed a bond in the finale.
Mm-hmm.
How do they kind of pick up, and do they rely on each other at all?
Well, it's now that Clarke's back on the same side there, it's more of a Maddie Clarke situation there. Bellamy, as always, is kind of has to think about his family as well with Octavia. So he's more or less dealing with space crew, because that's was kind of defined as his family and Octavia. Not that Maddie isn't part of that, but it's definitely more of a Maddie Clarke situation because they were on the opposite sides of the war at the end of season 5, so it's something they have to deal with too. So when it comes to storytelling, I'm sure that's the story that you'll see, but Bellamy and Maddie are probably going through a lot of stuff off screen. Yeah.
So you're talking about space crew. So do they still see themselves as space crew and the grounders and the different is there one crew still, or is there?
Well, I think one crew kind of disbanded, especially at the end. I think when Indra said, you broke one crew to Octavia, I think whether or not Octavia is taking that on board is something that, I don't know, maybe you can press Marie about. But, it's very much about exploring this new world, and it's not necessarily old alliances are hanging around as much as that they have been previously. So, yeah, that's press Marie. You probably get more answers out of her.
I gotta ask about Bellarke, because
Oh, yeah?
every year.
Sure, you can ask.
Any chance this year?
Pardon me?
Any chance that it's gonna be this year that we might see?
Oh. Wow. I don't know. I guess just as much chance as there was all those other years. I mean, yeah, that's just a minefield right there. Have you guys had this soup?
Exploring this new world, are there any flashbacks in your mind to season 1?
Well, I mean, for me as an actor, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of funny because it does feel like the show's being recreated. We're doing a new planet, and we're all like, yeah, I think there are even some lines about like deja vu, or we've done this before, or this, that, and the other. So there are callbacks for sure. But yeah, it's once again building a world. We've had the last 5 seasons kind of fleshing out the ground of mythology and all that, and so this year it's much more figuring out a new world and building that story behind the new people that we come across.
I feel like to some extent this is a show that reboots itself almost every season.
Yeah.
Now that you've kind of reached the point where you're literally blowing up the world and starting completely fresh, do you think that there's actually a way to top this and do it again this year?
Look, we're definitely giving it a crack, and we have some new writers to the team, and you can tell there's like new voices coming in, and the show feels quite different. It's we still hold strong to the same core values and stuff like that, and whatever values we do have, the brutal values. But having a new set of writers, you can hear their voices come through, and the world being totally different. So it's different for sure, but it's exciting. I've always thought that Jason and his writing team have found a way to recreate the wheel almost every season, and this is basically just doing that all again, but on a larger scale. Yeah. Hence why you guys aren't allowed over to the other set. Unless you are. You guys? No.
We can sneak.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Considering where his relationship with Octavia left off, what's the journey going to look like for those siblings to sort of find their bond again?
Should we bring Marie in for that one?
Yeah.
Is she about? Or did she just bounce out? No. Do you want to come sit down?
Sure.
Because we got a Blake question.
I want a Blake sibling question.
Yeah. And this one I'm just going to give to you.
They're cool shoes.
Thank you. Hi, Bobby.
Oh, hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
So the question was, considering where Octavia and Bellamy left off last season, what's their journey going to look like to sort of re-find that bond?
Oof.
This is why I brought you in.
This season will be very interesting for Bellamy and Octavia since they were at such odds last year. Octavia threw Bellamy in the pit last year, so pretty sure that's pretty hard for him to get over.
I think, it takes some time to even be able to address the situation between the two of them, and I think they both have a lot of their own healing they have to do before they can even start to speak to each other on terms where it's amicable or, the ability for it to grow into a more healthy relationship. It's never really been that healthy.
Never.
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah, but that's the fun part about the 100. It's all these unhealthy relationships and how people cope. Of course, Bellamy dating and becoming very close with Echo has been challenging for Octavia. A few seasons ago, she threw Octavia off a cliff.
That's right.
So that's pretty hard to accept as your potential sister-in-law. It's not just a little argument.
Yeah,
at
but
Thanksgiving.
you just don't know her. You just don't know the real Echo.
That's
So
true.
you'll get to know her.
Yeah,
Maybe.
one day.
Any other questions for Bob?
Do you think there's hope for their relationship? Like
Who?
for these
Oh,
two?
our relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Blake sibling relationship is a real barometer of how Bellamy's feeling in any given season or where he's going, and I don't think it's something that they can walk away from that easily. That old adage of blood is thicker than water definitely rings true for them. but it's just there's got to be a lot of water under the bridge, bless you, before they can kind of develop into something more. But it's not something that the two of them would happily walk away from. So there's a lot of work to be done. So, yeah.
This season you'll see them together, maybe more or maybe less. We can't tell you, or we'll be fired. But yeah. It's an interesting thing that happens between them this season, and it will shock the viewers. And I'm really excited for everybody to see big decisions are made.